Wellness Wednesday. Hi guys, welcome back. It's nice to see you. It's Wednesday, and some people call that hump day, but I think it's the most magical day of the week because I get to hang out with you, connect, see how you doing, and share some shizzle. So anyway, I've got a great topic this week. I'm gonna dive right into it because it is so up for me, and it is self-care accountability. And this is a perfect time to do it because we're almost halfway through the year. I'm probably getting ambitious. That's not necessarily true, but as many of you know, I love journaling. I journal every single day. It is a huge part of my spiritual practice. And in January, oh my goodness, that is like the Olympics of journaling. That is when I clear the decks, push everything aside, lay out my beautiful journal, put out all my gel pens, and start dreaming, making plans and dreams and connecting with how I want to feel throughout the course of the year. What do I want to experience both personally and professionally, and so on. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that because I had this huge aha moment this week. And the aha moment was there are some places where I am definitely staying accountable. And there are some places where I am sagging, and I want to share those with you in full transparency because I need your help. So I'm going to put myself out there, and I hope by the end of our Facebook Live that you do too, because this is for all of us. So anyway, as a result of what's going on with my honey, with my husband, Brian, I mentioned to you guys a few weeks ago that he's been dealing with some pretty debilitating tinnitus. And so many of you have shared such great recommendations, and we are on the path. Things are looking better, and we've found a really great cognitive behavioral therapist who is helping him. And though the symptoms haven't changed, his reaction to those symptoms have. And that's a huge one for anybody out there who's been living with a chronic illness or something debilitating like tinnitus. We may not be able to change everything, but we can change our reaction to it. So anyway, that's another Facebook Live for another time. I'll definitely keep you posted on the progress there. But as a result of what he's been going through, it's been a time for us to reevaluate, to check back in on those goals that we set at the top of the year, those personal goals and those professional goals, and to start to have conversations about reprioritizing, like how are we going to make changes at work? How are we going to make changes at home? How are we going to make changes in our relationships with other people and with each other? And so it's a very fruitful time. But here's the thing I want to say. We don't need to hit rock bottom in order to rise. I'll say it again. We don't need to hit rock bottom in order to rise. I've hit rock bottom multiple times in my life, and one of which is very visible because I've been writing about it. I made a movie about it, and that is with my cancer diagnosis, but also with other health issues. And here we are again. And so though I'm really happy that we're taking that time to check back in and really using it as fuel, I want to remind myself, and I want to remind you, that the universe whispers, and the whispers get a little louder, a little stronger, and sometimes the universe can go from a whisper to a wrecking ball. And what we want to avoid are those wrecking balls. So if we can hear it when it's at a whisper, I think sometimes we can make our lives so much simpler. So if there are some goals that you set at the top of the year that you were really jazzed about, maybe you have a goal to try to improve your sleep, or to commit to your fitness, or to whatever it is personally and professionally, but you've found that you've gotten busy, which I'll talk about in a minute, or other priorities have usurped that goal. Many of us are such great caregivers, such wonderful, loving caregivers and humans and people pleasers that it's so easy to have these dreams for ourselves and then to toss them aside because we're those sort of folks. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's also not moving us forward. So we want to make sure we're evaluating that. So Anyway, here's when this all came together. Obviously, through what's going on with my husband, but a couple of weeks ago, we had what we call our house meeting. And we do this every week, and I know that many people out there do this too. It's a great practice. And every 2 weeks, we sit on Saturday morning and we open our Google Doc where we keep all of our to-dos, and we just run through them and check in. Did you call the plumber? Are you doing the grocery shopping today, or am I? Or do you want to go together? And it's just our way of dividing and conquering on running the household. We work together and we have a whole team to support us at work. But at home, I want to make sure we are both supporting each other, and too much of the task load isn't going on my shoulders or Brian's shoulders. And so this has been working for us. We've been doing this for about a year now, and it's actually changed our relationship in a big way. And believe it or not, there's these hidden resentments that can come up and that you're not even aware of. And for me, they looked like one thing. For him, they looked like something else. And the house meeting totally transformed that. Well, we also decided in the house meeting that we would take some time to run through our personal goals and our work goals. These aren't mountains of goals, guys. These aren't reams and reams and pages of goals. There's like the top 5 personal, top 5 work type thing. And it's a way for Brian and I to hold each other accountable, or just check in and say, does that intention, that goal, that dream still resonate with you? Maybe it doesn't anymore. Maybe at the top of the year that seemed like a lot of fun, and now it's like, I don't want to do that. So this is a really good practice. And it's something that I do regularly in my journal too, but it's great to do it with another person. So we're having this meeting, and it's taken on even more importance since our life changed again. And I realized that so many of my work goals are on track. They may not come right away, but they're on track. Sometimes I got to be patient. But some of my personal goals around my well-being that were starting to sag or starting to falter, which is very easy to have happen. Again, as people who are caregivers and people pleasers, and part of my job is helping other people, and sometimes I can go, whoa, when was the last time you helped you? And so I'm going through this list, and something really stood out that kind of upset me a little bit, to be honest. I'm behind in making my appointment to go get my CAT scan, to go see my oncologist. I totally forgot about it. Now, I go every 2 years to get scanned and to check in to see how I'm doing. It's been 16 years now living with stage 4 cancer, as you guys know. I've got a bunch of tumors in my lungs and my liver, and my time to go to the hospital is just to see where everything is. Is it the same size? Has something grown? Has something shrunk? Where am I? And that used to totally freak me out. Now it's just a regular part of my life. But because of their system, you cannot book 2 years in advance. Most cancer patients aren't doing that. So when I leave, I can't make the appointment for 2021. So I have to remember to call a year later. Well, I totally forgot. And part of that is good. I'm not going to lie. It's like I'm not thinking about it all the time. But part of it is also not prioritizing my health. And when I realized that I'm about a couple months behind, I went, oh, geez, I got to get on that. And then I looked at my calendar, and the first thing that I saw was, wow, May is booked. Oh, June just got super hairy with work. I don't know that I can do this. I am too busy to go to the hospital and meet my oncologist and get a CAT scan. This is what's coming out of me. And I share this because I need to really pay attention to the stuff that I teach, because I need to learn it too. So I thought about my friend Louise Hay, and she would say that what just came out of my mouth, I'm too busy to go to the oncologist, is an affirmation. And what I'm affirming is that I'm not a priority, that my health is not a priority, that my safety is not a priority, that my life is not a priority. And as soon as I made that connection, I thought, this is the topic I'm going to talk about today, because I want to turn that around. And by the time I come back next week, I will have made that appointment. I don't know when they'll be able to fit me in, and that's okay, but I will have made the appointment. And so if there is something that you need to take action on, if there's an appointment that you've been putting off, maybe you found a lump, or you know what, your blood pressure was really high and you were asked to come back, but you didn't. Or your vitamin D levels were low and you never followed through on it. No judgment. We get busy and this happens, but don't affirm that you're not a priority. Don't affirm that your life isn't worth that appointment. And so I say this to you because maybe this is a sign for you. I totally believe in synchronicity. And I have a great synchronicity story to share with you. I can actually share it right now because I'm going to share it right now. I totally believe in synchronicity, and this is also a Louise Hay story. It was back in 2011, maybe 10 or 11, and I was thinking about leaving my publisher and moving over to Hay House. And I was out in San Diego for The Doctors, the TV show The Doctors. And I'm on the highway, which is like, if you live in San Diego, if you've been to San Diego, it's like a 5 or 6 lane highway. And I'm freeway. Is that a freeway? I think it's a freeway. I'm telling my husband about how much I love Hay House and how much I love Louise and how I really respected Louise in so many ways, including the fact that she started her business later in life. And then it became this huge, inspirational success. And I feel like I got my shit together later in life. and she's just always been an inspiration for me. And I think in some ways I had already made my decision, but I imagine I was also looking for a sign, right? And so as I'm saying this and telling my husband this story, he goes, honey, look at that car driving down the highway. I was like, thinking he's not listening to my story. He wants me to look at a car. I don't pay attention to cars. He loves cars. I'm like, that's a car. What is it? And I look and the license plate says Hay House. And lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, it's Louise. She's the car right next to us on this 5 or 6 lane freeway. What are the chances? I live in a tiny ass town. That could happen here and that's not a shock. It's still a synchronicity. But San Diego is not a tiny ass town like where I live. I mean, I said, drive up, but don't freak her out. I was like, can you imagine? Like, I'm like, hi, Louise. And she gets into an accident. Like, I was just like, stay cool. And I just looked and I saw her and she's looking, she's driving. I've told the story at Many I Can Do It. It's like I imagine her like looking into the rear view going, I love you, Louise. I really love you. And if you know Louise's work, you'll know exactly what I mean. And I took that as my sign and my synchronicity, that was where I needed to go at that time in my life. And it's the publishing company I'm still with. And I love them very much. So my point is, circling back to this synchronicity, maybe my story of forgetting and blowing off and thinking I don't have time for my oncologist and the turnaround that I just made and shared is your synchronicity. What are you blowing off, not making time for, and all that jazz. So I hope that this was useful, and I hope that some light bulbs went off for you. I want this to be a place where we have our own house meetings, and this is one of them. This is one of our house meetings. Sometimes we talk about books. Sometimes we talk about doctor's appointments. But it's a place for us to hold each other accountable. And so if there is something that you're going to take action on, maybe there is an appointment that you're going to make as a result of this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know. Let us all know, because we want to support you and we want to encourage you. And next week when I come back, I'm going to share that this appointment was made. You see, Post-it note, Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Got to get it done. Going to make the appointment. And I'm going to check in with you to see if you have moved the ball forward. We need to run the play all the way, you guys. This is our time. Okay, so let me just check in with you before I say bye-bye. So many wonderful people. Hi, Kate. Kate, I love seeing you in CSY, and I love seeing you here, honey. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Luli. Hi, Lisa. Lisa says, yes, I will book my appointment. Valeria says, I love signs. Nancy says, very useful and timely. Thank you. I'm so happy. Kate says, thank you. More thank yous. Sandra says, Louise saved my life. Love her. I think Louise has saved many of our lives. Thank you. Say it's amazing. Amir, how can you not pay attention to cars? Wink. You're the best, Amir. I wish my husband was here right now because he would say, see, just like Amir said, how can you not pay attention? Stephanie said, such a great story. Hey, Steph. Dawn, love the synchronicity. Hello from Ireland. Daniela, hi, honey. Love Louise, love you, and I love you right back. So many great people. Please take care of yourself. Thank you. You're important to us. Well, thank you, Sue. I am going to take care of myself. And I don't expect this to be a difficult scan. Like I said, I've done this for a lot of years now, and I have a lot of mental management tools around how to prepare myself for those situations. But I do need to get it done. And so, thank you, Sue. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Please let me know again. Let me just cruise back down. You have such joy. I live in MRI due to MS and Lyme. Oh, Corin, I'm sorry that you have to do that all the time. I'm sorry, but I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. Heather says I needed to hear this. Sandra, thanks, from Sweden. Becky says, when you come to Dana-Farber, let's get together. Let's do that. That would be so fun. Becky's on my team, and I would love to spend time with her. And you know what? When you have to do difficult things, when you have to have difficult appointments like that, make a date out of it. Make it special. One of the things that I do when I go to the hospital is I make it, believe it or not, a date night with my husband. We stay in a nice hotel, and we go out and have a really great dinner, regardless of what the results are. So far, they've all been good. And here's another little thing. I usually buy myself a trinket, just saying. Sister likes a bracelet. So I usually give myself that, you got through that, time to shop. Just a little something. And now I'm gonna hang out with my friend Becky. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope this was good food for thought. I will check in with you next time. I hope you will check in with me next time, and I will see you next week.